Thom kali ini. Oh, ini dia 3 lawan 3 Profesor Thom Haye.
Welcome at a new episode of The Haye Way, the first one in 2025. Thom, Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, Neal.
Yeah, all the best for you this year.
You enjoyed your holiday?
I had a great holiday. But most importantly, we're back in the new year with new energy, new goals, and hopefully also for our viewers, all the best for this year. I hope you guys all have a lot of joy in your life, but most importantly, good health for this year. And of course, good results for Timnas this year.
Yes. It's gonna be a big year.
A big year. And to start the big year, we have a big guest. We have a huge guest.
That's a nice way to put it.
Thank you. Let's get the guest into the show. Coach Justin!
Hello.
Hello. Happy New Year to you.
Hello.
And
thank you. Happy New Year too for both of you.
Thank you so much. And we have to congratulate Coach Justin.
Yes, with the big achievement.
1 million subscribers. Unbelievable.
Yeah, thank you. Even for me, this is unbelievable. I've reached this in 5 years.
Wow.
And especially I focus on football.
Yeah.
So if you're focused on entertainment, on the bling bling world, it's easy to get 1 million. But on football world, because the piece of cake is quite small, so this is quite an achievement for me.
So
and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I can imagine 1 million. I think you're going to get a gold plate now from YouTube. So that's something very special. We're going to do this in 2 episodes because we have so much to discuss with you. Before we dig into your personal life, who you are, take us back. 5 years ago, you started a YouTube channel. Could you ever imagine to reach 1 million subscribers?
No, do you know why I started with YouTube? Because I was a football commentator on national TV for 14 years.
Yeah.
And in our football show, there is very less time to talk about the game. There is a lot of advertisement. So I said, I cannot express my feelings about a game. Then I said 5 years ago, I said, okay, let's start YouTube. And after 1 month, I already have, I think, around 10,000 subs. So it
sounds really logical.
Yeah.
Because exactly everywhere in the world, you have the TV shows around the games, but there's actually no time to analyze anything because of all the advertisements. So if you want to go in depth or have a good talk about the football, it's better to have your own platform.
Yeah, that was the start why I started YouTube. I never think about making money.
No.
And then after 10,000 friends of mine, you should monetize your YouTube. Okay, let's do it. Monetize. Then the first 100 euro, I was glad. Oh, I can make money from YouTube. And it starts slowly. And after 2 years ago, I started with membership.
Yeah.
So people have to pay to see my video. Usually I make video every day for free. Now you have to pay to see my video.
Hey, we can learn a lot from Coach Justin also.
Yeah, but it's really impressive.
No, it's really impressive.
And only in 5 years time.
I did it in 2 years and the subscribers is coming. And now it's quite stable. I'm according to YouTube Indonesia, they say I'm number 1 YouTube sports for member in Southeast Asia.
Wow.
In Southeast Asia, not Indonesia. And Indonesia, I think I'm number 5 or 6. Because in front of me, there are accounts with e-sport.
Okay. Yeah.
And they charge them 10,000 rupiah. I charge 50,000 and 30,000.
But Coach Justin, so you got 1 million subscribers, but the funny thing is, like you said, you started as a commentator. Do you remember the first game you worked at as a commentator?
Yeah, it was the first game I cannot remember, but it was a Dutch league, Eredivisie.
Eredivisie?
You know, it was in 2007.
Oh.
And it was broadcast by TV1. Yeah. And they asked me to my friends, do you know a football commentator who has the knowledge of Dutch football? And all of them said, yeah, I know Justin. Because at that time, I was coach of a national team, futsal national team.
Yeah.
And I started with 3 years, I think, Eredivisie. And then it goes with another league as well.
Yeah.
But all the
So I
knowledge
started with Eredivisie.
From the Eredivisie, you gathered all the knowledge in the Netherlands.
Yeah. Actually, I already like football, Dutch football a lot, especially FC Utrecht, of course.
Yes.
And I read every day. Every day I read Voetbal International, Voetbal Premier, Telegraaf, Algemeen Dagblad, NRC, Volkskrant. Every damn day. Even though I
all the
go
people
to holiday,
are wondering.
I always read it.
Do you listen to Dutch podcasts?
No, I never listen to podcasts. Your program is more YouTube. It's not real podcast. Podcast for me is only audio.
This
is audio visual.
Yeah.
Audio visual I watch. I watch René van der Gijp and two other mafkezen.
Yeah. For the people in Indonesia, it's the most famous show in Holland, football show with two old guys.
And mafkezen means weirdos.
Yeah, mafkezen is a Dutch word, weirdos. But the thing is, so you started as a futsal coach. Then you became a commentator. We'll talk about futsal later. But the thing is, you're a media mogul at the moment. You're building your own media empire.
Yeah, I'm building. I have 5 accounts below me, where I don't appear.
Yeah,
I think I have 5 accounts below me, and I've also 6 talk shows every week. And besides that, a lot of podcasts invite me. So I got so busy that I said, okay, every week I only accept 2 invitations, no more. Yeah. And every day I have to cancel or to reject all these invitations. Otherwise, I don't get time to rest.
Yeah.
It must be really nice also to make a part of your career by giving your opinion.
Yeah, no, but that's what you're trying to do now in this podcast.
Yeah.
You're thinking about your next step.
Yes, it started more like a hobby, honestly.
But you like, what I mean,
the
you
same
like
Coach Justin is. I like to talk a lot about football. I love the game.
Yeah.
And yeah, we discussed it would be nice to start a platform, but it more or less started as a hobby, not in a way like Coach Justin explained that it's. Yeah, that we thought for a long time about it, and it's about earning the money and stuff. No. It really started as a hobby, but
I also don't believe if you start a business only focusing, I want to make money, like what Coach Justin said. It started because he couldn't do it at his regular job. He couldn't talk about football, and now he started, and then he put all the passion in, all the knowledge in, and once you put that in, you will get an audience, and your audience will grow and grow and grow. And then suddenly you have 6 podcasts, 5 shows. Can you tell us, what kind of shows do you have?
Most of it football. Yeah? Only one is non-football. That is Podcast Selesai. And the rest is football.
Okay. And what kind of football? What is it about?
I don't watch Indonesian football league. I don't watch it.
Okay.
So it means it's all about European football and Timnas.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Yeah. And why don't you watch?
Do you know that there is a lot of fans of English football clubs here?
Yeah.
I mean, real millions.
Yeah.
In whole Asia, right? It's really popular.
Yeah. You know how,
especially in Indonesia.
Yeah, but you know how that happened in Asia, because I think it was late 90s. There was a guy in England. He said, "Why are we not selling the rights, the TV rights, also to other countries? Because before that, you were only selling the rights in your own country." He flew to Asia, sold all the rights, and that's why nowadays everyone who's watching in Asia is fan of the Premier League because it's been on television for the last 20 years there.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they were the first in Asia who were on television. And now everyone in Asia are such big fans of the Premier League.
And one other thing, the time, the match time, the kick-off time is Asian time. So, I mean, they play around 12 o'clock UK time, and it's here 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And otherwise 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. When you see the Italian game and Spanish game,
Are late, huh?
It's very late here. Yeah, it's very late here.
Yeah. And I saw you, I don't know which show it was. I saw you on a show with an FC Utrecht jersey, wearing an FC Utrecht jersey.
I have many FC Utrecht jersey.
Tell us your admiration for FC Utrecht.
That's fun because we talk about what you've achieved now, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was also curious about your story before, because you were born
Surabaya, right? Yeah, Surabaya.
Yeah. East Java.
Yeah.
But you spent a lot of time of your youth in the Netherlands, if I'm correct.
Yeah. I was born in Surabaya. I went on my 12th, I was born in 67.
Yeah.
And in 79, I moved with the whole family to Utrecht.
Okay.
So from my 12 until my 32, 20 years, I lived in Utrecht, not in Utrecht. I grew up in Utrecht, then I studied in Amsterdam.
It's a really nice
I spent a lot of time in Amsterdam. But even though I lived in Amsterdam, I still support FC Utrecht.
Because
they're rivals.
Yeah, they're big rivals. But when you moved to Holland, you were 12. Can you remember the first things, what you remember from that time?
I get lost in the market. In Utrecht, you have market only on Wednesday and Saturday.
Yeah.
The central market near Hooggetreinen, if you know Utrecht.
Yeah. It's near the water, on the water, right? On the canal.
Yeah. No. This is in the center.
Oh, all right.
In center, just outside Hooggetreinen.
Yeah.
And there is no mobile phone, of course, and everything. And I really get lost. I don't speak Dutch and everything.
Oh my God.
And somehow I decided to stay. I'm not going anywhere. And my parents looked for me, of course. And after 30 minutes, 1 hour, they found me somewhere standing.
What would have happened?
Oh my God.
If you
I don't know.
stay?
I forgot. Maybe I watched another thing. I didn't pay attention to my parents. So that was an experience that I never forgot.
No, and like...
But as a foreigner, non-white foreigner, non-Dutch speaking foreigner, come to the Netherlands in Utrecht, you don't speak the language, you come into a class, they don't bully me, but they kind of ignore me because I don't speak the language.
Yeah.
That's acceptable. You know what saved me? Football.
Yeah.
Because I can play football.
Yeah.
Oh, you could play?
I can play football.
Hey.
I can play football. I still play till now.
Okay.
I can play football. And during the team legs, they pick the players. And usually I'm the one who get picked very fast because they know I can play football.
And everyone speaks the same language in football.
Yeah.
Football gave me a very fast entrance to the Dutch community. With Dutch people, Dutch player, because I can play football.
That's so cool. Hey, question for you, Thom. Look at Coach Justin. What kind of player is he? Just look at him. Tell me, what kind of player is he?
Based on the story, if you got picked fast, you were not a defender. That's for sure.
True. I'm a winger, right winger.
Very fast winger.
Creative. Yeah, I was thinking midfield, creative.
I think
attacker.
he's very fast.
Yeah, I'm quite fast. You know, everybody talks about the overstep of Ronaldo.
Yeah?
I said, I did that when I was in Holland. Nobody believed me. My idol was Theo Laling and Simon Tamata.
Yeah?
They did that before. I did it when I was 12.
Do you have footage of that?
13.
Can we show it in the podcast? Is there any video of it? The overstep of Coach
what?
Justin. We want to have proof.
I have to look. I think I have it somewhere.
It would be great,
Absolutely.
right?
But also one thing, because in a lot of episodes we said a Dutch word, and the viewers, they can send their pronunciations of the word.
Yeah.
If they are doing it correct. But how was it for you? Was it hard to learn the language? Because it's not an easy language.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard because I only gathered with Dutch people. I mean, Dutch-speaking people. It can be Turkish, Greek, or Spanish, but only with Dutch-speaking people. So I don't go out with... There is not many Indonesian community in Utrecht at that time. So it's for me quite easy because I play football.
Yeah. Yeah, a very
the same in Italy, because I've played for Lecce and it was in the south.
Yeah.
And in the northern parts of Italy, around Milan and all those big cities, people are used to speaking English as well. But when you go to the south and you want to have a conversation, it has to be in Italian. So the only thing you can do is learn Italian as quick as possible.
Yeah.
But I like what Coach Justin is saying, because if for you it's different. When you go on holidays, people recognize you because you're a professional player. But if I go and you're, on holidays and you want to make new friends, you just go look around where you can play football. And once you play football and you
connect.
You're friends.
You connect. That's it. Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, like, you moved here, you went to study in Amsterdam, but I also read you were a waiter in a restaurant.
Yeah, I
Neal is doing his homework really well.
For many years. Because when you are a student, you don't have money.
True.
Can we visit
Your
the
money
restaurant?
is very tight.
Which restaurant is it?
I work for Indonesian restaurant in Amsterdam.
Which one?
Lonnie's. I work Lonnie's, Raden Mas. I work in many restaurants. And if you work as a waiter, you save your money to eat daily food because you can eat at a restaurant. Second, you got tips. And third, you can bring food to your student apartment.
Saving more
put
money.
It in the freezer. Save your money. And you still can eat Indonesian food. That's the best side job for a student, Indonesian student, to work as a waiter.
Yeah, so cool. And we heard, or you told us, you were a very fast winger. You were very fast on the field.
Yeah.
Were you also very fast in the restaurant, running around and putting drinks?
You have to.
Huh?
You can ask Thom. If he goes to Indonesian restaurant, there is 20 waiters for 10 tables.
Yeah.
In Holland, it's 10 tables, 1 waiter.
Yeah.
It means you have to work fast. You have to know. You have to make system for how to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. What's your favorite restaurant in Amsterdam, Indonesian food?
Wow, there's one. I always went there with my grandparents. It's called Desa.
Yeah.
I know the owner, Desa.
And they make the big rice tables, everything. And my grandparents loved it so much because always when we went there, sometimes with the whole family,
that's cool.
they could talk with all the staff working there, and they really felt
back at home.
Yeah. We always enjoyed going there.
Yeah. I was a couple of weeks ago. I posted on Instagram. I was at proper Indonesian food.
Yeah.
It's close to my home. And it's
Where is it?
Sorry?
Is it in Amsterdam?
Yeah, it's in Amsterdam, near the Vijzelgracht.
Okay.
But
What's the name?
Proper Indonesian.
Is that the name of the restaurant?
Yes. And the thing is, it's not a restaurant, it's a takeaway. It's 3 Indonesian women working there.
Okay.
But I went there on a Friday, and I think you have to wait outside for over a half an hour, 45 minutes. It's so popular.
Okay.
So there's just 3 Indonesian women working there. If it's finished, you're bad luck for you. You have to go back the next day. They just make a lot of really good Indonesian food. And I like growing up with my dad, if you go to Indonesian restaurants, my dad would always say, this is not the level what you really want to have from Indonesian food. I can make it better, my dad said. So there's only just 2 or 3 places I went to in my life that my dad would approve. And he said, okay, this is this is good Indonesian food.
True. That's true.
True, right? Yeah, you worked in a restaurant.
It makes sense, of course.
That's why when I go, I just back from Holland. In October, I was there. And every time I go back to Holland, I never eat Indonesian restaurant.
No?
No.
What do you do when you go back? What's the first thing you do?
Okay, that's a good question. It's a must thing that I have to do is shawarma, frikandel, patatje special.
Okay.
That is a must.
Okay, next. When's the next time you're here?
I don't know. Okay. Because in April I'm going to US and in September I'm going to Scandinavia for holiday. Maybe I take Amsterdam as well. Maybe
we can eat something.
That's it. Next time you're here, we go out with the three of us and we get shawarma.
I'll let you know.
Broodje frikandel.
Kapsalon.
That's so cool.
Kapsalon, yeah.
So you've been now in Indonesia for 25 years. For the people who are listening or viewing the podcast, in part 2 we'll dig into in Timnas what you think of the situation of the Indonesian football. But the thing is, what do you miss from Holland? Being away now for 25 years. Do you miss Holland?
No.
No?
I was there a couple of times last 2 years. And my mom still lives there. My sister, my niece, my cousin, whole family lives in Holland. I said, they asked me, would you like to stay in Holland? I said, what would I do in Holland? I mean, I have my source of income here.
Yeah.
And people knows me. It's for me now getting what I invest in those many years.
Yeah.
But
so
maybe,
if I'm in Holland for a couple of weeks, I eat what I want to eat, and then I go back.
Back to Indonesia.
But maybe a better question is because what made you decide to go back to Indonesia? Because like you're saying, question. Your whole family still lives here as well, so it's a big decision to go back.
Yeah. Okay. I work in Holland as well, and one day I said to my mom, I'm going back. Say, why are you going back to Indonesia? You don't have nobody there. You don't have anybody there, and you have now a good job. Why you have to take the risk? I said, Mom, if I fail, I always can go back first. And second thing is, I want to be a milliardaire, multi-millionaire. That's why I'm going back. And don't ask me why or how. I don't know. Because I see the opportunity in Indonesia is much better than in Holland to do a business. That's why when I go back in 99 with $1,000 and 2 suitcases, said I'm going back and let's see. I just want to be a multi-millionaire, and I don't know how. And now I'm.
Are you a multi-millionaire now?
In rupiah, yes.
No, because before we started, Thom came up to me and he said, Neal, it's so impressive. Also, if you look at the social media of Coach Justin, and you're still very young, eh? Don't get me wrong, but you really understand social media.
Yeah.
How did that work?
Because you didn't know you were starting social media, right?
Yeah. It's just reading the game, reading what people want, and I don't follow them. For the Indonesian measures, I'm anti-mainstream. So if people try to get followers by doing funny things, stupid things, I don't do that just for the sake of followers. Mm-hmm. And if people are getting rude, I block them. Okay? Other people, they don't do that because they need followers. No. Yeah. If you're being rude in my timeline, I block you. And after so many years, they know me as Mr. Block. And after so many years, they know me that I really don't care. I just do what I want to do. Sometimes I'm very rude towards my viewers.
But would you say
if you are rude to me, I can do it. I can be rude as well.
But actually, it sounds really logical because you're saying You're just staying true to yourself.
Yeah.
And it's more about being authentic than about doing what everyone does.
Yeah, but you must not forget that many of football commentators here, they are afraid of haters. They are afraid of people who stalking your account because they have a family, they have children, and I don't have that. I don't care. The social media of my wife is closed privately. I don't have kids, so I can say what I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I'm
makes
already used
people
to
attracts to watch me. I really say what I want to say. Even Timnas, if it's bad, I criticize them.
Yeah.
If it's good, I support them, and people appreciate that. After many years, after 3-4 years, they appreciate that.
But I think it what I really like about listening to the story, you're not focused on the short term. You're always looking on the long-term vision. Yeah. It's a long-term vision about building your whole media empire, building Coach Justin. I think that's really interesting because nowadays, if people start a media company, they want to have success in like a week or 2 weeks. They want to gain followers fast, and if they have to do like crazy stuff or put really strange, captions or really strange footage out, they could care less. They want to get the clout. They want to get that people recognize them.
I try to build. I give you an example. There are some artists who has 20 million followers on Instagram. Okay, 15 million, 10 million, and I've only 700,000. Okay, I ask myself, how can I approach them? If I do it on the same way, the SOP, the standard SOP, I will never approach them because their field is the entertainment. My field is football. Okay. The solution is to increase your engagement, not your followers, not your subscribers, but the engagement.
Yeah.
How can you get more likes? How can you get more questions? Is by communicating with them.
Yeah.
So I reply.
Yeah, that's so good.
Maybe we should take a workshop.
I started with reply.
Yeah, but yeah.
All Twitter questions, I reply them.
That's so
Instagram.
Cool.
I didn't do that now because I don't have time for it. I mean, now there are thousands of questions. It's impossible to reply.
Yeah.
But I started with that. So because I cannot compete with them in terms of followers, but I can compete with them in terms of engagement.
Yeah.
And nowadays, when a brand asks me to do their promotion, my rate is comparable with artists with 10 or 15 million followers.
Yeah. But
I don't even have, not even 1 million.
No, but that's what Thom said. It's really authentic, Your fan base is very loyal. They listen everything, you know. And I think that you can only get a loyal fan base if you're a true person, If you're not fake, because after a while people would say, "Hey, Coach Justin, last week he said this week he's saying this."
This one, yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's what I really like when we started. Thom said to me, I think it's really important that you really listen to the input. So you're doing this over 5 years now, with your YouTube channel. We just started a couple of months, but I think what really good is with the team we have here. We always try to listen to all the comments. We read the comments. Sometimes they give suggestions.
That's
and then,
what you should do.
And then we think, hey, this is really smart. The people are always saying, hey, maybe you should do this. They said, you should ask Coach Justin. And then we said, okay, we have to ask Coach Justin. No, but I think because then people think, all right, I'm really part of this podcast. I'm really part of the Haye Way. And I think that's really important.
Yeah.
That's how to get the fastest way.
Yeah.
Is to get involved with your viewers. To increase your engagement.
Do you have some tips for us for the Haye Way?
No, I think you're doing great. I mean, you have no idea what kind of person Thom is in Indonesia.
No,
I think I'm famous in Indonesia.
I still sometimes
but
don't
Thom is
understand.
10 times more famous than me. if I go to
but you have more
mall,
engagement.
cheap mall, expensive mall, they always ask photograph with me.
Yeah.
Okay, every day when I go to mall, to supermarket, wherever I go. But if Thom comes, it's 10 times. They will ask photograph with them. So Thom should know his position.
Yeah.
Okay. At this moment, he's at the highest level, and he should use his position now in a good way.
Yeah.
That's communicating with your viewers, and it will be more and more.
Yeah.
After that, you can monetize, you can get brands. Don't get surprised if you get brand from Indonesia.
That would be nice. Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I'm now in negotiation with brand where I will involve Thom with it.
Coach Justin is also doing the sales of the Haye Way. PR, sales.
Hopefully we can get a deal with it.
And that would be great.
But I always look, because national team players, they are half god in Indonesia.
Yeah.
In Indonesia, especially the smart players like Thom.
Yeah.
It's easy to sell Thom.
Yeah. I think this is a good.
I think, like you said, we just started and we're really open to all the input we get, and really appreciate all the comments and everyone suggesting things, but also just supporting already. So it's really nice. And then, like Neal explained, we try to see what we can do different or try out new things, because we're just at the beginning as well. And I think most important is also, like you've explained, that it's a combination of we're listening to the audience, but still, even if we listen, we try to put things out in our own way.
Yeah.
So we want to listen, and of course, with the guests, we had some really fun episodes already.
Yeah.
And maybe trying out new stuff with other kinds of videos as well, not only in the studio. Yeah. That would be nice as well. So we're really open to all the input, and we are looking into it. Is what is the most fun to put it out there.
Yeah, and I think a good thing is also, before we wrap up the first episode with Coach Justin, is that it's really important that people also give feedback to us. Just send a direct message to Thom or to the Haye Way, and you know, we try to read everything and try to learn. So this was episode 1 with Coach Justin Haye, but don't be disappointed, because next week Coach Justin will be back, and then we'll dig into, of course, Timnas, the future of the football, the level of football in Indonesia, and of course also we have to talk about you, Coach Justin, being the head coach of the futsal in Indonesia. I think there are so many great stories to listen to. But thank you so much already for your time, Coach Justin. Next week we'll be back. And you, of course, thank you for listening, viewing. Like we said, we really appreciate all the love you're sending us, liking, subscribing. And next week we'll be back with Coach Justin.